The kitchen is often called the heart of the home. For decades, it's been the place where families gather, where meals are shared, and where so many memories are made. But let's be honest, as the years go by, the kitchen can also become one of the most stressful and overwhelming rooms in the house. If you're over 60, you probably know what I mean. Drawers that barely close. Counters stacked with gadgets you haven't used in years. Shelves so full you forget what's hiding in the back. And every time you walk in, instead of feeling peace, you feel pressure. But here's the truth no one talks about. Clutter in the kitchen isn't just inconvenient, it can also be dangerous. A cluttered counter can lead to spills, duplicate tools can waste your energy, and expired food sitting in the pantry. That could make you sick without you realizing it. Now, here's the good news. Decluttering your kitchen doesn't have to mean exhausting deep cleans or spending entire weekends buried in boxes. Today, I'll share 5 fast and simple declutter tricks designed especially for women over 60. These are habits you can start in minutes, not hours, that will make your kitchen feel safer, calmer, and easier to manage. And I want you to imagine this with me. Walking into your kitchen tomorrow morning, seeing clear counters, knowing exactly where everything belongs, and finding only the things you actually use. That's what we're working toward today. But before we dive in, let me ask you something very personal. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, why? This channel is made for women like you, senior ladies who want to live lighter, safer, and happier. If you don't want to subscribe, please tell me in the comments why not. I'll read every single reason, because my mission is to support you in every way I can. But if you do want your home and your life to feel easier in 2025, hit that button right now. Now, let's start with our very first trick. And trust me, it's so simple you could begin today and feel the difference before bedtime. Number 1. The 10-minute counter reset. Think about the very first thing you see when you walk into your kitchen. Is it a clean, open counter? Or is it piles of mail, grocery bags you forgot to unpack, half-used spice jars, and appliances you barely touch anymore? For most women over 60, the counters slowly turn into storage space instead of workspace. And here's the hidden problem. When your counters are cluttered, your whole kitchen feels chaotic. It's like trying to cook in the middle of a storage unit. The stress sneaks in quietly, every single day. Now here's the beauty of the 10-minute counter reset. You don't need a whole afternoon. You don't need endless energy. All you need is 10 minutes a day. That's it. Set a timer. Pick one section of your counter. And in those 10 minutes, clear off everything that doesn't absolutely belong there. That stack of magazines. Move it to the living room. That toaster you use once a month. Put it in a cabinet. That jar of expired peanut butter hiding in the corner. Toss it. And here's the loop I want you to picture. Tomorrow morning, when you walk into your kitchen, you'll see a clear, open counter instead of clutter. You'll feel lighter. You'll actually want to cook breakfast or make tea, because the space feels inviting again. That one small change will ripple into your whole day. Don't underestimate this. Studies show that visual clutter increases stress hormones, especially in older adults. But clearing even one surface can lower that stress and create a sense of calm. In other words, the 10 minutes you spend now are giving you back peace of mind tomorrow. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I've let it go for too long, it's too late for me. No. It's never too late. Start small. 10 minutes is enough. The point isn't perfection, it's progress. Now, before we jump into number 2, I want you to ask yourself, what's the very first item on your counter you'd move if you tried this today? Imagine how that one step would change the look of your whole kitchen. Because once you've cleared your counters, the next trick will make sure everything you keep actually stays organized. Number 2. One shelf, one purpose. Here's something I've noticed again and again when I visit the homes of older women. The kitchen shelves slowly turn into a game of hide and seek. Plates stacked next to medicine bottles. Baking pans mixed with cereal boxes. Mugs hidden behind plastic containers that haven't been used since the 1990s. It happens quietly over time. A little here, a little there. Until one day, you can't find the sugar when you're baking, or the pan you need when you're making dinner. And what should be a joyful moment becomes stressful. That's why the one shelf, one purpose rule is so powerful. Instead of stuffing shelves with anything that fits, you give each shelf a single, clear job. One shelf just for plates. Another just for mugs. Another for dry goods. No mixing. No hiding. No random storage. Why does this matter so much for women over 60? Because clear organization isn't just about looking nice, it's about safety and independence. When your shelves have a single purpose, you never have to bend and stretch longer than necessary. You never waste time searching. And you avoid the frustration that makes cooking feel like a chore instead of a joy. Picture this. You open a cabinet tomorrow morning. Every mug is together. Every plate stacked neatly. No confusion. No surprises. How much calmer would your day feel? And here's another hidden benefit. You'll actually use what you own. When everything is in its place, you stop forgetting about items buried in the back. That favorite serving bowl you haven't seen in years. It comes back to life. I want you to imagine walking a guest into your kitchen. Instead of apologizing for the mess, you open a cabinet and everything looks simple, neat, and intentional. That little moment would make you feel proud. And you deserve that. So tonight, pick one shelf. Just one. Give it a single purpose. You'll be amazed how that one decision starts to ripple through the rest of your kitchen. Now, this brings me to number 3, because once your shelves are organized, the next step is facing something we're all guilty of, and it's been stealing your space for years without you realizing it. Number 3. Goodbye duplicate gadgets. Here's the truth most of us don't like to admit, our kitchens are filled with duplicates. 2 can openers. 3 spatulas. 4 mixing bowls in the same size. And somehow, 10 coffee mugs that all look the same. At first, it doesn't feel like a big deal. After all, what's the harm in having an extra whisk or another cutting board? But over the years, these duplicates pile up until they silently steal your space, making your kitchen harder to navigate and more exhausting to maintain. Here's what I want you to do. Open one drawer. Just one. Pull everything out. Now look at each item and ask yourself, how many of these do I really use? Not someday, not maybe if I host a party, but regularly, in your real life today. The answer will surprise you. Most women over 60 discover they only ever use the same 20% of their tools. The rest is just noise. And the moment you let go of the extras, suddenly your drawers slide easily, your cabinets close without effort, and your kitchen feels spacious again. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine trying to cook dinner with 2 whisks, 1 spatula, and the perfect-sized pot, all within easy reach. No more rummaging. No more struggling. Just ease and flow. That's the gift of saying goodbye to duplicates. And I know what you might be thinking. But what if I need it later? That's the fear that keeps clutter alive. Here's the loop I want you to remember. If you haven't used it in the past year, chances are you won't need it in the next. And if you ever do, you can always borrow or replace one. But the piece you gain today is worth more than a maybe in the future. Now let me pause here and ask you something from my heart. If you've been following along this far, nodding because you know your kitchen is full of duplicates, but you still haven't subscribed to this channel, why not? Truly, why not? This channel is here to help senior women live safer, lighter, and more confident lives at home. If you don't want to subscribe, I challenge you. Comment below and tell me the reason. I'll read it. But if you do want to feel more freedom and less frustration in your daily life, hit that button right now. Because these videos are made for you. Now, once you've said goodbye to duplicates, something beautiful happens. You're left with the essentials. And that opens the door to our next trick, which will transform not just your storage but also your peace of mind. Number 4, the expired food sweep. This one may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's one of the most important declutter tricks for senior women. Because kitchens aren't just places to cook, they're places where health begins or ends. And nothing threatens that more quietly than expired food. Let's be honest. We've all opened the pantry and found cans hiding in the back with dates from years ago. Or freezers filled with food we swore we'd use but completely forgot about. Or spices sitting on the shelf long past their flavor. For younger people, expired food is just a nuisance. But for seniors, it can be dangerous. Digestive systems change with age, making us more vulnerable to foodborne illness. That maybe it's still fine jar of sauce could trigger a stomach problem that lingers for weeks. That forgotten can of beans could send you rushing to the doctor. Here's the trick. Set aside one afternoon, once a season, to do a full expired food sweep. Not half-hearted. Full. Start with your pantry. Pick up each item and check the date. If it's expired, even just slightly, don't negotiate with yourself. Let it go. Next, move to the fridge. Open every jar, every container. Ask, is this safe? Is this fresh? Is this something I'll realistically use? If not, toss it. Finally, don't forget your freezer. Those mystery containers from 2019? They're not treasures. They're clutter. And here's the loop. Imagine how it will feel when you open your fridge tomorrow and see only food that's fresh, safe, and ready to use. No more guilt about wasting. No more wondering if something's still okay. Just peace of mind every time you open the door. Studies show that older adults who regularly declutter expired food not only avoid health risks but also save money, because they stop buying duplicates of items they already had but couldn't see. It's not just decluttering, it's financial freedom. And let me add this, clearing expired food is an act of self-respect. You are telling yourself, my health is worth more than old cans and forgotten leftovers. That decision, small as it may seem, is life-giving. So I want you to imagine this. Your kitchen shelves holding only food you trust. Your fridge holding only what you need. That calm confidence is the true reward of the expired food sweep. Now, if your shelves are clear and your food is fresh, you're ready for the final trick. And this last one will tie everything together, transforming your kitchen from a place of clutter into a space of calm, joy, and independence. Number 5. The end-of-day reset ritual. Here's the truth. No matter how many tricks you try, clutter will always find a way to creep back in. That's life. But the secret to staying ahead isn't working harder. It's building a tiny daily habit that keeps chaos from taking over again. And that habit is the end-of-day reset. What does it mean? Every evening, after dinner and before bed, you give your kitchen 5 short minutes. Just 5. You put away what's out. You wipe down the counters. You return items to their one, true place. And you leave your kitchen calm, quiet, and reset for the next day. It may sound simple, but here's why it matters, especially for women over 60. Mornings are precious. When you wake up and walk into a messy kitchen, it instantly sets your day off on the wrong foot. But when you walk into a kitchen that feels clear, fresh, and welcoming, it gives you energy, clarity, and confidence to face the day ahead. Think about it. You wouldn't go to bed with your teeth unbrushed, right? Because you know the little things matter. This is the same. A few minutes every night is the difference between a kitchen that serves you and one that exhausts you. And here's the loop I want you to imagine. Tomorrow morning, you wake up. You walk into your kitchen. The counters are bare, the sink is empty, the shelves are neat. You take a deep breath and smile, because the day feels lighter. That's the gift of the reset ritual. It's also the perfect way to honor yourself. Because decluttering isn't just about throwing things away, it's about creating a home that supports your health, safety, and peace of mind as the years go by. Now, I have to pause here with a question for you. You've listened all the way to trick number 5. You've been nodding, maybe even picturing your own kitchen as I've spoken. So tell me, why haven't you subscribed yet? Truly, why not? If you want more peace, more safety, more joy in your home, this channel is here to guide you. If you don't want to subscribe, I'd like you to comment below and explain why. I'll read every word. But if you do want to take control of your home and your life, click that button now. Because the next story I share could be the one that finally changes your daily routine forever. And with that, you now have 5 fast, powerful kitchen declutter tricks. They're simple, but together, they can transform the way you live every single day.